The unthinkable has happened at Old Trafford. Ruben Amorim has been sacked as Manchester United manager after just 14 months in charge, following an explosive post-match outburst that left the club's hierarchy stunned. Less than 24 hours after demanding that United's bosses do your jobs following a frustrating draw with Leeds, the Portuguese manager was dismissed. With Darren Fletcher stepping in as interim manager, the search is on for United's next permanent boss. Let's examine 8 realistic candidates who could take the reins at one of football's most challenging jobs. Amorim won only 24 of his 63 games in charge, posting a win rate of just 38.1%. The worst of any United manager in the Premier League era, aside from Ralf Rangnick. His stubborn adherence to a back three system ultimately cost him. Now, United find themselves 6th in the table, desperately needing stability and a clear direction forward. Oliver Glasner has emerged as the early bookmakers' favourite, and for good reason. The Austrian has performed miracles at Crystal Palace since arriving in February 2024. In May 2025, he led Palace to their first major trophy by defeating Manchester City 1-0 in the FA Cup final. He followed that up by lifting the Community Shield, proving it wasn't a fluke. What makes Glasner so appealing to United is his tactical flexibility. Unlike Amorim, he operates a 3-4-3 system but has shown willingness to adapt. Palace finished the 2024-25 season in 12th place with a club record 53 points. The complication? Glasner has turned down Palace's latest contract offer and his current deal expires at the end of the season, making him theoretically available. The 51-year-old's record speaks volumes. 41 wins, 28 draws and 24 defeats from 93 matches represents consistency that United desperately crave. His Europa League triumph with Eintracht Frankfurt in 2022 proves he can handle pressure at the highest level. Then there's the intriguing case of Enzo Maresca. The Italian parted ways with Chelsea on New Year's Day after an 18-month tenure that delivered silverware but ultimately unravelled dramatically. Maresca won the Club World Cup and Conference League while achieving a 4th-place Premier League finish. So why did it end? A breakdown in relations with senior figures at Chelsea, particularly surrounding his comments about enduring his worst 48 hours at the club, led to an irreparable situation. Despite the messy exit, Maresca to United would be a fascinating storyline, especially given how much Man City also seem to rate him. At just 45 years old, he's demonstrated tactical acumen and an ability to develop young players. The question is whether United's structure, favouring a head coach rather than a manager with full control, would create the same power struggles that doomed him at Chelsea. Spanish football continues to produce brilliant tactical minds, and Xavi Hernandez represents one of the most intriguing available options. The Barcelona legend has been out of work since leaving the Nou Camp in 2024, patiently waiting for the right project. Reports suggest he would be interested in the United job. Xavi won the La Liga title in 2023 and handed debuts to several La Masia stars, including Lamine Yamal, showcasing his ability to develop young talent while competing for major honours. According to Spanish media, some United directors believe he could be ideal for rebuilding the team, especially since his possession-based style resembles what they've sought since Sir Alex Ferguson's departure. His prestige alone would generate excitement around Old Trafford. However, questions remain about whether his methods would translate to the Premier League's intensity, having only managed in Spain and Qatar previously. A name that might surprise some is Laurent Blanc. The former United defender burst back into contention after being sacked by Saudi Pro League club Al Ittihad in September 2025, just 4 games into the new season. Blanc's dismissal came despite leading Al Ittihad to a domestic double in his first season, winning both the Saudi Pro League and King's Cup. The 59-year-old knows United intimately from his playing days and brings serious credentials. He won multiple trophies at Paris Saint-Germain and led Bordeaux to the Ligue 1 title in 2009. His availability makes him attractive for immediate appointment. The concern is whether his recent struggles indicate a manager whose best days are behind him. No discussion of potential United managers would be complete without mentioning Gareth Southgate. The former England boss has been persistently linked with the Old Trafford hot seat, particularly given his close relationships with Ineos figures. Southgate led England to 2 major tournament finals, Euro 2020 and Euro 2024, restoring national pride after years of underachievement. Co-owner Sir Jim Ratcliffe is reportedly a huge admirer, as is director Jason Wilcox. However, there's a significant obstacle. Southgate has stated he is very relaxed about not being in football and may never return to management. He announced he will not return to coaching within the next year, effectively ruling himself out. His only club management experience came at Middlesbrough between 2006 and 2009, and many United fans remain sceptical about whether his pragmatic approach would translate to Old Trafford's expectations. Michael Carrick represents the sentimental choice, the club legend who understands United's DNA. The 44-year-old was sacked by Middlesbrough in June 2025 following a 10th place finish. Carrick previously served as United's caretaker manager for 3 matches in 2021, recording 2 wins and a draw. His deep understanding of the club, combined with his experience working under Ferguson, Mourinho and Solskjaer, gives him unique insight into what success at United requires. Carrick won 13 major trophies during his playing career, making 342 appearances. The question is whether appointing him as permanent manager would be too much too soon. United tried the interim to permanent route with Solskjaer, and it ultimately didn't work out. It's Darren Fletcher who holds the keys right now, thrust into the spotlight as interim boss. The former midfielder currently works as United's under-18 boss and will take charge of Wednesday's trip to Burnley. Fletcher knows what it takes to succeed at United, having won countless trophies during his playing career. At 41 years old, he's regarded as an incredibly bright young coach with a deep understanding of the club's values. His appointment as interim could easily become permanent if results go well. We've seen this movie before with Solskjaer. The challenge for Fletcher is whether he possesses the tactical knowledge and experience to compete with elite managers. United's hierarchy might view him as the perfect head coach, someone to coach the team while recruitment is handled by others. His audition begins at Turf Moor. Finally, Andoni Iraola deserves serious consideration. The Bournemouth boss has worked miracles on the South Coast, transforming the Cherries into one of the Premier League's most exciting teams. In November 2024, he oversaw a 2-1 win over Manchester City, ending their 32-game unbeaten run. What makes Iraola special is his tactical innovation. Last season, Bournemouth led the Premier League in passes per defensive action, build-up completion percentage allowed, high recoveries, and goals from high turnovers, establishing themselves as the league's best pressing team. Remarkably, he's maintained that level despite losing 3 starting defenders in the summer. Iraola extended his contract with Bournemouth in May 2024 until 2026, meaning he could be available this summer. Sources suggest Iraola would view the United job as a dream opportunity. The 43-year-old plays exciting, progressive football while developing players and competing above expectations with limited resources. However, United would need to ask themselves whether they're ready to fully commit to his demanding pressing system. As United begin their latest managerial search, one thing is painfully clear: they need to get this appointment right. The cycle of hiring and firing has become embarrassing for a club of United's stature. The next choice should define United's immediate and long-term future. Who do you think will be the next United manager, and how long do you think they'll last? Let us know in the comments. Remember to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it and subscribe to the channel. Also, be sure to turn on bell notifications so that you never miss out on any new videos. Catch you in the next one. Bye.